afternoon. My name is Ephraim Kabunda Munshifwa. I'm an associate professor of real estate at the Copperbelt University in Zambia. I'm also the dean for the School of the Belt Environment. I'm also the chairperson of the Valuation Surveyors Registration Board, which are the regulators of valuation practice in the country. Partly coming here is also because I'm the chairperson for the Southern chapter of the African Real Estate Society, which is a grouping of 3 chapters, the Southern, the Eastern, and the Western part, to bring together real estate professionals. So my being here is really, I was given a part to be able to discuss the valuation of tribal and unregistered land. This is an area which for many years it has been left out because of the peculiar nature of the rights that are in these particular areas. But as we advance in knowledge, we've been able to see that, in fact, it's not only on state land where land should have value, but even in customary areas, lands which are not registered, there is value. 4 points refer us to that. The first one is really that there is registration, at least at the local level, of the land rights in there. So the traditional authorities across Africa are coming up with their own ways of documenting the land rights. Now, because they are documented, then you can be able to value those. Secondly, we've seen the emergence of what we're calling vernacular land markets or informal land markets. Now, because they exist, it means that people are trading those same rights, whether they are registered at central registry or not, but we see that happening. And thirdly, we obviously see that we have international organizations, the Royal Institution of Chartered Surveyors, UN Habitat, and all. They accept that, in fact, unregistered land can, but we need to provide guidance. And then finally, we see a change in terms of at the theoretical level, from just thinking neoclassical thinking where property rights have to be full, private, titled, and all that. Now we see new institutional economics coming up with a new perspective to say that, in fact, property rights are simply institutions. So there are rules which govern how we trade. So this is why we can define property rights as not really rights that we have as humans on the land, but it's relationships between humans as to how we want to use the land. So once we agree as a society, as a community, in terms of how we want to use the land, that should be legitimate enough and for us to be able to then transact. But we need the support of traditional authorities, government, to recognize that the more we prevent our people from having these rights, the more we are depriving them of growing economically. Because remember, property has value. And it has value, it has more value when you can actually document it. If you don't document because of certain restrictions that we see, then we increase the risk. And that land will not be able to be used for much of the productive activities, including going to the bank like credit. People talk about title registration so that you get to the bank. But if the systems are also not supporting, then it becomes difficult to use the land. So that aspect, we need as Africa, as Southern Africa, to be able to look at how we administer our customary land so that we can give our people the value on that land and, of course, in the process, empower them.